guys, update for day number 2 on the truck pickup. So I'm here in the parking lot of Cabela's. Heck yeah. So this is the one thing I want to do on this little trip, was to stop here and just hang out for a few minutes. Probably not really buy anything, but just check it out. I've been here one other time, back when Cabela's wasn't in Colorado at all, and I lived in Colorado, and we were so tired we kind of just walked in and practically walked out. So we were so tired, we were like, I think that was a South Dakota trip. We went up South Dakota. Yeah, so we haven't spent enough. So it's just me now, so I can kind of dilly-dally for a few minutes and just see what this store looks like, because this is supposed to be a big store. The ones in Colorado are like miniature stores. They don't have everything, so they're still pretty big, but this is supposed to be the big store. So we'll see how that goes. Pretty cool. Yeah, the wind's picking up. We're getting closer to Wyoming. So just want to give you guys like a status update of what happened last night. So it got dark, of course, and I was like, I don't want to there's no point in vlogging or even doing time lapses when it's dark. You know, oh boy, there goes all some lights. Woo. So I'll probably get some time lapse this morning as I'm driving back. So I stopped in. Let's see. I kept saying, "Oh, I'll get here." And then 40 miles. It was 40 miles away. The next town. I can get there. Well, let's see what it looks like when I get a tank of gas. I kept feeling pretty good, so I just kept driving, and I made it to a town called Ogallala, Nebraska, and it's like, okay, that's it. I'm stopping. It's not that it's not safe, but I shouldn't go any further. I got where I really wanted to go, which was about 130 miles from the border. So I was like, that's perfect. It'll give me plenty of time to wake up fairly early, like 7-ish. That gives me a couple hours to get here. They'll be open. I won't have to wait or waste time. It'll be perfect. So there's like a Walmart and big TA there and everything, and I didn't want to. I can't sleep in those areas because it's so dang bright. So I found this little like park thing. I thought, this is cool. It didn't look like it was like a city park, so it just looked like, I don't know, like an open space area. So I parked my truck there, looked something up, I think, on maps just to make sure I knew where I was at, and got my hoodie out and put it over my head, and was no, I wasn't there. Oh, I texted my wife and tell her where I was there, where I had stopped, and then no more than 5 minutes after I got all that done, so maybe I was there for 10 minutes. So I got this thing over my head, and tink, 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 side the window, cop. It's like, this is closed, you gotta leave. I was like, damn God. So I asked him, where's the next rest stop? And he kept talking about like those big ones, like the TAs. And it's like, no, not like that, just like a rest stop, state-sponsored rest stop. Man, I really never got that information. I was like, well, there's, I just figured out in my head, hey, there's gotta be one just down the road, maybe 30 miles. So I kept driving. So I just got back on the highway and started driving again, and driving. Ended up the next rest stop there was one just outside of Ogallala I could have stopped at, which I should have. But the next one after that town is right outside of Sydney, which is where this Cabela's is. So I'm right outside of Sydney. Oh, I am in Sydney now. So it's right outside of Sydney. I was like, God. So I drove about another hour and 10 minutes or so to get here. So I'm a lot closer to home. But yeah, it was awesome. And it was slightly miserable because it wasn't, thankfully, it was not very like super cold. It wasn't like below freezing or anything, but it was still 44 degrees and the wind was blowing pretty nicely, and it definitely made the cab of the truck chilly. The only thing that happened was, I'm sure you guys heard with the engine running, I think I had the engine running when we first were looking at this thing. If we didn't, there is a small squeal up on the front, probably, I'm thinking idle, maybe one of the idler pulleys is squeaking. So it needs to get a new, we need to do the timing belt. It's got to be done. So the timing belt, water pump, I had to replace all that. Well, I don't know yet. That's on the debate. It's on the chopping block. But that's definitely something on the list, is to get that done. But I didn't want to just sit there and idle the truck, knowing the timing belt is probably on its last leg. The idler probably squeaking. I didn't want to take any risks that it was gonna, put more time on something that's not as in its life anyway. So I didn't want to just idle the truck and get it warm for me and then turn it off. I didn't want to do that to it. So I just kept fiddle shitting around with it a little bit more, and so I just suffered through, put my long underwear on, put my waffle shirt on, and bundled into my big Carhartt jacket, and like shivered through the night basically. So it wasn't too bad, always a good experience. Remember, are homeless people that have to live, don't even get a truck cab to live in, so it's amazing. I don't understand how they can do it, to be honest with you. But yeah, it was a bit chilly last night. My feet are still kind of frozen. But yeah, that's about it. I did get some seafoam for it, put that in there now, and I put in some a little bit of brake fluid just to get it to quit bitching. Oh, one thing that did show up was the airbag light turned on. So I'm gonna do some research on that, what that's all about. That came on actually when I was looking for that little park that was on a dirt road with some washboard on it, and I don't know if it jostled something or what, but yeah, the airbag light's on. That's lovely. So that's the status update of the truck and my trip back. So like I said, I'm gonna get some time lapse. I'm heading back. I'll probably do another little mini vlog inside of this one today, just to pass the time. Talking to you guys helps to just pass the time and make it go by faster. So, but that's the status update, and I will catch you in a few minutes. Alright, we're off. Got the Cabela's bug out of my system. So, pretty much anything that's there is at the other store that I want anyway, so I'm really waiting for this bow to go on sale. I really want I'm looking for a diamond deploy carbon. All I ever find is in this, what they call the rack, and it's not what I want. I don't want all that junk. I want my junk. Anyway, so, and then I'm just heading home, about 100 miles away from Cheyenne, and add probably 20-30 miles to that. Wow, I didn't realize Cabela's had all these other buildings. Pretty much the only reason Sydney, Nebraska exists is because of Cabela's. That's insane. So, I am happy with my purchase. I definitely think I chose the right one. I got a smoking deal on it. The money that I saved on the truck can go towards other things for the truck. We're going to have to do some evaluation when we get home. What's the best course of action? Where do we go from here? Do I put a timing belt on this one? Maybe put like a cheap system on it, not buying Toyota parts for it, but still replacing the timing belt and the idlers and the water pump. Do we do that? Do I, there's so many kickers here. The reason why I just found out I was digging through the papers, the frame looks so good, and it looks almost brand freaking new, is because it is. It wasn't done at a Toyota dealership, it was done at a GMC dealership, but this frame was still replaced under warranty like 15,000 miles ago. Not even that long ago. I didn't look at the date. The guy put the receipt in the package that was awesome. Thank you, dude, whoever owned this truck. So shove that paperwork in there, because that's an important piece of this truck's history. I also found out, I just realized it to put in, you can buy this little module, or was it a module, or was it just jump ring something? I can't remember. It was something very simple that you can do to, like my truck, to put passive security in it, meaning if you lock it from the outside and somebody tries to unlock it from the inside, it's going to go off. The alarm will go off. So I'm actually warming up, which is shocking. Still, my feet are a little frozen. So that's pretty cool. That's VIP. But it does mean it looks like I have to find a different transceiver. Thank you for the special transceiver. last stretch, almost home. So I stopped by Sierra Trading Post. There's a retail store here in town. Just want to see what it was all about, so stopped in there. That's why I cut it out off the time lapse there, so since I'm showing all that. But yeah, we're almost home. Been a long drive, that's for sure. But like I said, I do like the truck. I think it's gonna be a really good truck. I think it's gonna be an awesome project. Can't wait to really get into it and decide what our route's gonna be. There's gonna have to be a few things we're gonna figure out, like wheelbase and things like that. That will determine what we do. They're identical wheelbases. I don't think they are, but fingers crossed they are. I keep wanting to think that one of them has a bigger, larger wheelbase slightly. And we have to get underneath it, make sure that everything will connect, you know, that the cab can get onto that frame. It's not a different frame for the extra cab. We don't know. So we got to get into it and figure all that out. But I am hoping that they're the same. I am hoping that I can pop the bed and the fenders and everything off of the 04 fire, get the oil out of the cylinders. It fires up and runs. So, well, of course, do that before we tear it off, but it's gonna make a mess of everything. So, but then that also then opens up questions like, well, what do you do? I mean, you got everything off, it's like totally open. That is the perfect time to do, like put headers on it and stuff like that. So, I don't know if I can afford headers. So, it's one of those things, just trying to figure out what we want to do and how we want to get there. I'd be happy to be home now. So I will catch you guys when we're heading in the house. I get a cool shot of me driving up to the house. So I will see you in just a few. Alright guys, we made it. We're finally home. Feels good. Oh, it helps to be in park. Good to be able to use that. Alright guys, we did it. Now for the fun part. Tearing this thing up, building it the way we really want it. Awesome. See you guys in the next video.